He washed his hair with a discarded bottle of laundry detergent he'd found, and the contaminated water accidentally poisoned the fish. After 2 days stranded on the island and starving, he could finally have a decent meal. Greedy birds ate the fish and were poisoned too. His life kept getting better through this cycle of resourcefulness. He discovered an abandoned boat and made it his home, settling in completely on the island. 6 months later, while playing golf there, he spotted a yacht passing by the island. Instinctively, he hid. He'd grown tired of the city's noise and chaos and had no desire to return to that life. Then one day, while wandering around, he stepped on a wrapper. When he picked it up and looked at the design, he suddenly realized there was still a packet of sauce inside. He even dreamed about that delicious bowl of noodles. Making a bowl of jjajangmyeon became his new life mission. There was no wheat on the island, so he collected all sorts of grass seeds. After grinding them and mixing with water, he couldn't knead them into the shape he wanted. He stared at the grilled fish in front of him, but his mind was completely occupied by that bowl of noodles. He was filled with regret for not cherishing that everyday delicacy when he had the chance. One day, he was awakened by birdsong. He caught a glimpse of bird droppings on the eaves, and a thought suddenly flashed through his mind. There must be plant seeds in there. He was instantly overjoyed and immediately collected all the droppings. He cleared a plot of land, buried the seed-filled droppings in the soil, and worried the birds might peck at them, so he made a scarecrow out of his own clothes. 2 months later, a hint of green broke through the soil. The seedling eventually grew into corn. Ecstatic, he danced around hugging the scarecrow. Soon the corn ripened. He picked the plump kernels, ground them into powder in a bowl, and kneaded it with water into dough. Using a wine bottle and can lid, he rolled the dough into noodles. Once the water boiled, he dropped the noodles into the pot and finally took out the seasoning packet he'd treasured for so long, carefully sprinkling it in. The noodles he'd anticipated for half a year were finally ready. Looking at the photo, she carefully transferred the noodles to a plate. Gazing at what she'd created, she took a solemn bite, but the taste was nothing like she'd imagined. He froze for a moment, and tears suddenly began streaming down uncontrollably. Please subscribe to my channel. I will update movies daily.